Hi, my name's Dale Calvert. If you're watching this video, thank you for taking a couple of minutes here with me. If you're watching this, you've had a conversation with myself or one of our team members that went something along the lines, I don't do pre-launches anymore. I don't do startups anymore. I wait till a company's been in business for 6 months or a year before I take a serious look because 80% of them are gone, like that. And I think that's a very, very intelligent mindset to operate in. I sincerely do. I get it. And at the time of this recording, we are in pre launch, getting ready to go into a soft launch here in a few days, like less than a week. And what we tried to do during the pre launch the last 2 or 3 weeks is say, look, lock in your spot and go do your own due diligence. Because the concerns that people have, if they will do their own due diligence, I believe for me those concerns were removed. The two biggest reasons I believe people and companies never get off the ground during their pre launch stage are get off the ground and then self destruct. Uh, there's a couple of reasons. Number one is inexperienced ownership. A lot of people come out of the field and think that they can run a network marketing company, get some little software somewhere and find some products and do their own thing. And we've all seen that disaster play out multiple times. The difference with Collect Direct, Dave Jordan ran Valentis for 7 years. That company was very successful, created 4 or 5 millionaires through the compensation plan that they offered, through the product line, which was in the nutrition niche. But my point being, he's ran a home office, he's ran the logistics, the back end, he's owned a company for 7 years. So that should be a plus sign. And then the second reason that companies go out of business is because of product chain issues. They don't have enough product, they run out of an ingredient, they start having back orders, and so on and so forth, and it becomes a nightmare that many of us have experienced over the years. With this company, they've been putting this whole back end, the whole products, everything together for over 6 months at the time of this recording. Uh, because Dave will describe this, the owner, Dave Jordan, as his baby. I'm going to let you see some home office while I'm finishing up here. But he will describe this as his baby, um, something he's been thinking about doing forever. And the thing that separates us from that perspective is he's been collecting for 40 years an estimated $2.5 billion in collectibles sitting in three huge warehouses that that's bought and paid for. So that issue of supply chains and product hangups and ingredients, running out of ingredients and can't manufacture and all that is not going to be an issue here. Like I said, 2.5 or so $1 billion in collectibles sitting in three warehouses. And again, during the evaluations part of this, everybody had the opportunity to go through a warehouse tour, an official warehouse tour video, do their own due diligence, and get those common questions answered. So I agree with you 98% of the time. It's not a good idea to get and start during pre-launch of a company or during the beginning of a company. But that 2% of the time, when it makes sense, you guys know getting in early during those companies 2% of the time can pay great financial dividends. Last thing I want you to consider, and I'm going to stop this video, is $9.97. You can lock in a spot for a year once it officially goes live. You get your retail website, $9.97. You got a spot. If this does what many of us believe it will do, what's that $9.97 spot going to be worth down the road because of the nature of this comp plan. I mean, we have people that locked in their spot when we first started promoting this during the pre-launch, you know, 2-3 weeks ago, that now have 150 people or more stacked in their power line, and we haven't even started yet. So I hope this gives you some things to think about, uh, and that the normal concerns people have with startup companies, if you do your due diligence, I think you'll see they're really not a concern here. So thanks for listening. I hope this helps. Get back with the person that shared this video with you.